Hi, it's John here from Speedy Brick. And a little while ago, I built this amazing little Audi Quattro Speed Champion set. And I didn't buy this when it first came out, so I just had to source the parts from Bricklink. And I even managed to get, a sticker sheet and all the printed parts. I was really happy with that. But kind of like halfway through the build, I realized I had the wrong mudguards. So these pieces were just the wrong ones. And I couldn't finish the build. So I had to go and look through my collection to see where I could get those mudguards. And unfortunately, my Porsche 911, it was from there. So I've stripped those off, and now I need to rebuild it. So I'm finally getting back to it. And as you can see, it's quite hollowed out. And I think there's some small improvements that we can make from my original version. So I'm going to do that too. I've got a bunch of parts ready to go, and let's get building. I'm going to start off with a bit of deconstruction, and then we can look at what additional parts we can use and what improvements we can make. You can see here these white pieces, they can go. That should have been black in the first place. So we'll get to that. The same under here, we'll change that to black. I didn't have those pieces at the time. And I want to try and keep this kind of nice lines of the real car. So try and match that as much as possible. So let's get started with a bit of deconstruction, and then we can look at the kind of the front end and the back end as two separate parts. Okay, so that's pretty much the kind of the deconstruction I wanted to do. I've got the back end here, which I'm going to do second. So we'll take the roof away as well, and then I want to reconstruct the front end. So the first thing is kind of just replacing these light grey ones which I had with black, so we can effectively just put that bumper back in place, and I think that that's kind of job done. And then this piece was sitting in there like that, but it's not the greatest concept, and I think I can just strengthen it by kind of doing that, and that gives it a little bit more strength. And just put a 1x2 in there, and that makes it a little bit stronger, so when I build up the rest of it, then it should be good. So I can put my mudguards on already, and I can put those on the back as well. So we're going to have 4 mudguards. Effectively, we're retaining our line, so that's okay. And then I noticed that this is kind of not going properly, so I can put another piece in here. Doesn't matter what color it is. So we just use that one for now. So I want to strengthen this up here, and I think I'm going to put something in to strengthen it up a bit. So I'm going to also change some of the pieces in here. So it was a little bit weak before, so I'm just strengthening it with a 4x4 instead of this piece there. And that may cause me some problems here, so I better make sure that I don't stuff myself up with that, because I did have this piece in there before, and we want to keep the windscreen low, so that was like that. So we'll make sure we can do that. We're going to replace that with a 2x6. We're going to put those back in there. Just make sure that looks okay. So that's still okay. And so that's going to go like that, and we're going to strengthen that up as well. And I had these pieces in there before, but I found some of these. So I've got 4 of those. So that's going to be kind of the concept there. So we're going to get back to that in a sec. But I need to kind of follow this line, and this is now going to be the right height if I do this. So I want to kind of retain that height all the way through. So that means I need here a 1x2, and same thing on the other side. Put that on there. A couple of these dome pieces, and I've got a 1x1 and a dome there which I can put on, so that keeps that line nicely. A couple more domes here. Make sure I've got some more here somewhere. So now I just need something to go in here, and then I can put these pieces in, and then we'll finish off with a bit of tiling. So I need a 2x6. Now because the color doesn't matter, I'm just going to put a nougat version in there, and then we've got this original piece back and these new 1x4s slopes. So we keep a nice shape, and it's a little bit stronger than it was, so I'm quite happy with that. And then I've been looking for some nice pieces, because a lot of my white pieces have kind of got this patina, which maybe is nice for some things but not nice for everything. So kind of that's the front end done. And then on the back end, I wanted to maintain this shape. I quite like the whole way that I did this, but I noticed that this piece was the wrong piece, so I'm going to swap that out for and just to make it a bit stronger, I'm going to swap this out as well. And I think I've got a red 2x4 as well, so I'll swap that out as well. So I didn't find actually the 2x4 red, but I did get a 2x4 white, so I've strengthened that up, and we can put that back on. You can see that it's quite weak here, so I would need to strengthen that up. And I've got these pieces which will go in here to strengthen it, but they do actually need to touch the one below it. So I think I've got some 1x1s which I can put on there, which hopefully will do the trick. And that's a little bit stronger already. I've got another one here, and the brown is to kind of match the leather in the back seat there. That's the concept anyway. And I need some 1x in here to help strengthen that up, and that should help. And it's going to enable me to put a 1x4 plate over there as well, and that will strengthen it up. And I want to put here a slope, so I need another 1x1, fit that in there. That allows me to kind of continue that slope there as well. And I've got here somewhere another slope. And what I had here before was kind of just like a 1x1 tile, or the other option is to go like that with a rounded end. So I quite like that. So let's see if we've got another one of those. So I found another one of those. Curved end, so I'll swap that over. Now I'm going to fill up this hole, and I'm going to put a couple of 1x2 plates in there. I could swap those things out, but they're there already, so I can't really be bothered changing those. So I'm going to just put these in, fill up the gap, I'm actually putting this slope on it, so it might be easier to fit it in there. I've got this other 1x2 slope there. So that's the kind of the finishing off of that. I could put something on here, but I hadn't done anything like that. But I didn't have anything on there before, so I'm not worried about it. And previously on the window, I had this 1x1 tube or round, and it's kind of, this is the idea that I have, is to put a 1x2 with a 1x1 plate on top, clear, on both sides, and that will enable the roof to be stronger, because the roof is actually quite weak in its construction. So that's kind of the roof, the line of the roof. The stickers are a bit shitty, but kind of doesn't matter too much. So I just got the wing to do, and then we're finished. So let's fix up the wing. So I had these 1x1 little tiles on there, so we don't need that. And I can just put kind of the whole thing back together again and change that over to a black one. And put that on that side. This on this side. And a 1x1 in there. And put it back on and job done. So I've got a bunch of parts left over, which is nice. And what do you guys think? Is it an improvement? How does it look? Let me know what you think. And I'm going to hopefully find some time to put this on Stud.io, so I'll make the instructions for it as well. Let me know what you think. Until next time, bye. Please click to subscribe for more videos and watch my build and review videos by clicking here. Thank you.